الرحمن الرحيم. إن الحمد لله تعالى نحمده ونستعين به ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله تبارك وتعالى من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله تعالى فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. أما بعد، فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله تعالى، وأحسن الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم، وشر الأمور محدثاتها، وكل محدثة بدعة، وكل بدعة ضلالة، وكل ضلالة في النار. نسأل الله العزيز الغفار أن يجيرنا وإياكم من عذاب النار. أما بعد، فنسأل الله عز وجل أن يتقبل منا ومنكم صالح الأعمال كما قدر لنا تبارك وتعالى نبلغ شهر رمضان، فصمنا الذي صمنا وقمنا الذي قمنا، وكان ذلك قليلا. فيوم نحشر إلى الله عز وجل سوف نعلم علم اليقين أننا ما عبدناه حق عبادته تبارك وتعالى. فنسأل الله عز وجل أن يتقبل منا ذلك القليل، وأن يتجاوز عنا وعنكم ما اقترفناه من الذنوب، فذلك عندنا كثير. ونسأله تبارك وتعالى أن يعاملنا بفضله ورحمته، وأن لا يعاملنا بعدله، ويغفر لمن قصروا من إخواننا وما زالوا يقصرون، إنه ولي ذلك والقادر عليه. We praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as He ought to be praised, and as He subhanahu wa ta'ala gave you and I the opportunity to fast the month of Ramadan, and how quickly did it go. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept the real small deeds that we did, because we did not do much. And He subhanahu wa ta'ala is generous, and He gives a lot for the little that we put forth. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the sincerity in our deeds and the humility in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to always look at our shortcomings, to always look at what we do in our deen is very little. And we clearly understand that as when we meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on the day of reckoning, we will understand and realize that, wow, did we waste our time? Did we did not do what we were supposed to do? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala deserves a lot more from us. But it is our nature to have flaws and shortcomings, and we ask Him subhanahu wa ta'ala to be merciful with us. From the ayat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I can't hide from you the fact that I'm a little disappointed, because the message that I prepared, there are a lot of people that need to hear it, and they're not here today, and it's really unfortunate for them. May Allah forgive us and forgive them. From the ayat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that the scholars took rules from, and there are many in the Quran. What Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, قال تبارك وتعالى وجاهدوا في الله حق جهاده, and strive for the sake of Allah the right way. هو اجتباكم وما جعل عليكم في الدين من حرج. He has chosen you, and He has not made this religion a source of difficulty for you. ملة أبيكم إبراهيم. You are in the path, the millah, the way of your father Ibrahim. هو سماكم المسلمين من قبل. He's the one that named you the Muslims before. وفي هذا ليكون الرسول شهيدا عليكم وَتَكُونُوا شُهَدَاءَ عَلَى النَّاسِ. And that way, the messenger, meaning Muhammad ﷺ, will be a witness upon you, and you in turn will be witnesses upon other people. فَأَقِيمُوا الصَّلَاةَ وَآتُوا الزَّكَاةَ. So establish the salah and give the zakah. وَاعْتَصِمُوا بِاللَّهِ. And hold on to the rope of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. هُوَ مَوْلَاكُمْ. He is your Lord. He is your true Lord. فَنِعْمَ الْمَوْلَى وَنِعْمَ النَّصِيرُ. And this word ni'mah, you can never find the proper translation for it in English. Ni'mah. You say, نعم الرجل الحج أسامة والحج محمد. نعم الرجل. How good is he of a person? This is probably the closest we can get. How good is he as a man? How good is she as a woman? You say ni'mah. وَلِلَّهِ مَثَلُ الْأَعْلَى. And to Allah belongs the highest example. How good. There is nobody better than him subhanahu wa ta'ala. Basically, if we want to translate the meaning of it in a nutshell. So the rule, the qa'idah that we extract from this ayah is one part of it. وَمَا جَعَلَ عَلَيْكُمْ فِي الدِّينِ مِنْ حَرَجٍ. And He did not make this deen a source of hardship and a source of difficulty for you. Even though some of you might see it that way, if you see it that way, then it's a shortcoming that you have. A lack of iman that you have. A lack of azm that you have. And azm, by the way, Brother Tal, Brother Muhammad, al-azm is another word that very hard to find a good word to translate it, but it's that when someone is always the first one to put the effort in when it comes to this deen. That's why the 5 major messengers, they call them ulul azmi min al-rusul. They are those messengers that had when it comes to the deen of Allah, they're the ones that gave the most. Huh? The eagerness, the zeal when it comes to giving for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Allah ta'ala did not make this deen a source of difficulty for you and I. The second rule, the second qa'idah, قال الله عز وجل إن مع العسر يسرا إن مع العسر يسرا. Verily, with hardship comes ease. With hardship comes ease. 2 things in this ayah. First of all, as the scholars say, Allah Ta'ala surrounded the hardship, started it with ease and finished it with ease. So the hardship is surrounded by ease, meaning that the hardship is not going to be for long. The majority of your time is going to be ease, but there's going to be some hardship. Allah will surround it with ease, giving you good news. Another thing, and this is linguistic, إِنَّ مَعَ الْعُسْرِ يُسْرًا. What's al? You remember taught from our Arabic lessons? Alif Lam, what does it signify? Huh? Incidentally, even the people that speak Spanish, the Spanish language borrowed this al. It is the article, the. That makes a difference between al-nakira and al-ma'rifah. Nakira is something unknown. You'll never find something unknown starts with alif and lam in the Arabic language. And you will never find something known doesn't start with alif and lam. So alif and lam is the, it is something known. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, inna, verily, with the hardship, that particular hardship, and He made it known, meaning it's limited. There is ease, and He's not said the ease, He said mean unlimited, mean that you'll have an unlimited amount of ease to counter the hardship that you have. SubhanAllah. So He does little linguistic things, but they have a big significance. The hardship comes to you in small quantities, is always countered with an unlimited amount of ease. Allah Ta'ala makes it easy for you. These 2 rules that were established in the Quran only mean that every deed that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had made mandatory for this ummah, it means by definition, by default, that they will easily be able to do it. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will never put on your shoulder something that you can't handle. He will always give you the tasks that He made mandatory for you, and He knows that you will be able to handle it. He is the one that created you. أَلَا يَعْلَمُ مَنْ خَلَقَ وَهُوَ اللَّطِيفُ الْخَبِيرُ. Doesn't He know the one that created? He's the one that created you, and He knows your abilities more than you. Subhanallah. Similarly, everything that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made forbidden for the believers, He knows that they can stay away from it. If they put in the effort, they can stay away from it. It's not impossible. Subhanallah. So Allah Ta'ala does not put on us something that we cannot bear. Allah Ta'ala says, لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها لها ما كسبت وعليها ما اكتسبت. And that's why I recited these ayat today in the second rak'ah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that Allah Ta'ala does not overburden any soul with that which it cannot handle. And there's a story behind this ayah, the revelation of this ayah. And the story comes to us in a hadith that will narrate for you. Hadith of Abu Hurairah. قال لما أنزل الله عز وجل على رسوله صلى الله عليه وسلم وإن تبدوا ما في أنفسكم أو تخفوه يحاسبكم به الله. He said, when Abu Hurairah said, when Allah Ta'ala revealed to His Messenger this ayah, and this ayah is in the last page of Surah Al-Baqarah, the last page. If you show that which is in your chest, in your heart, or you conceal it, Allah will hold you accountable for it. Think about it. It's a very difficult one. It's a very, very difficult one. Most of us, when we hear it, okay. But the Sahaba, when they heard it, it was difficult and it was painful. And that comes to us in the rest of this hadith. اشتد ذلك على الصحابة. This was painful and hard for the Sahaba, the companions of the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم. ثم أتوا رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم فقالوا كلفنا من الأعمال ما نطيق. He said, O Messenger of Allah, Allah Ta'ala put on us some of the deeds that we were able to do, to fulfill. As-salatu, was-siyam, wal-jihadu, was-sadaqah. Allah Ta'ala put us, He ordained us or commanded us to do these things. The siyam, the fasting, the salah, striving for His sake, giving sadaqah. All of those we can handle, no problem. وَقَدْ أَنزَلَ اللَّهُ عَلَيْنَا هَذِهِ الْآيَةِ وَلَا نُطِيقُهَا. But Allah revealed to us this ayah, this verse, and we could not handle it. I don't know how we're going to do it. Imagine, whatever is in your chest. And a lot of us, this hadith, this incident happened way after this ayah, the incident of this ayah. Even the Sahaba had this problem. A lot of times you by yourself and some thoughts cross your mind that you'll be ashamed to share with anybody. Oh, it happens to all of us. And subhanAllah, but Allah is aware of it. This ayah means that literally, whatever those thoughts that cross your mind and that you have in your heart, Allah will hold you accountable for them, whether you show them or you conceal them. The Sahaba, they said, Ya Rasulullah, this is what we cannot handle. فقال صلى الله عليه وسلم أتريدون أن تقولوا كما قال أهل الكتابين من قبلكم. He said, do you want to say what the people of the book said before you? What did the people of the book say before you? Whenever there is something revealed, they come and they debate it. They said, no, we don't want this one. We don't want to change it. وفي رواية قال لهم ويحكم قولوا سمعنا وأطعنا. Woe unto you. Say, we hear and we obey. We hear and we obey. So what did the Sahaba say? Even though this is hard to bear. Imagine anything you think about, no matter how bad it is, Allah will hold you accountable for it. They said, we hear and we obey. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Allah ta'ala abrogated this hukm, changed this legislation. This is one of the famous abrogations that took place in the Quran. It was a test for the Sahaba. The Prophet Allah ta'ala says, وَقَالُوا سَمِعْنَا وَأَطَعْنَا غُفْرَانَكَ رَبَّنَا وَإِلَيْكَ الْمَصِيرُ. And they said, the believers said, we hear and we obey. Your pardon, O our Lord, and to you is the final destination. That's it. What is that called, ya ikhwan? What the Sahaba did? Islam. To submit. They submitted. It was harsh. It was very harsh. But they submitted. They submitted. Allah Ta'ala changed the hukm. Changed and abrogated this hukm, this legislation for them because they submitted. That's why Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala said, لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها. This ayah also came after in the last page of Al-Baqarah. Allah does not overburden a soul except with that which the soul can handle. Meaning that Allah Ta'ala will not burden you with something that you cannot handle. The hukm was abrogated. After that, the Sahaba would come to the Prophet and say, Ya Rasulullah, there are some thoughts that cross our minds that are so disgusting that we wouldn't even be able to share with anybody, and we know Allah is aware of them, and then we were really afraid for our deen. He said, this is Iman. If this is what you're going through, you are true believers. You find these thoughts, the shaitan will come to you and he'll blow, he'll whisper in your chest, who created Allah? And you start thinking, that's true. I mean, subhanAllah. What do you do when something like that happens? What do you do? Say, Amantu Billah. Say, I believe in Allah. And don't worry about it. If you get those thoughts and you question yourself, you say, Amantu Billah, you say, Astaghfirullah, you say, A'udhu Billahi Minash Shaitanir Rajim, you are a believer. And this is a mercy from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to this ummah, to this nation, that the others didn't have before. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was merciful and He abrogated this hukm. So Allah ta'ala does not overburden you with something that you cannot handle. So there's not an order or a prohibition that the believer cannot handle. And this is a consensus with all of the scholars of Islam, with no exception. They know that for a fact. And as you know, the worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala consists of what? Ibadatullah azza wa jal hiya tawheedun wa amrun wa nahy. The worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is tawheed, proclaiming the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then orders and prohibitions. It's very simple. You establish the tawheed, you follow the orders, and you stay away from the prohibitions. Very simple package. This package will give you a special delivery to Al-Jannah. Huh? Subhanallah. Easiest way to Al-Jannah. The Tawheed, establish the Tawheed, do the orders, stay away from the prohibitions as much as you can, subhanAllah. Whoever does not, ya ikhwa, as you know, establish the Tawheed with the implications of Tawheed. Because Tawheed is not just say La ilaha illallah and then go to sleep. Sit on your couch, watch TV and eat potato chips and relax. Now I said La ilaha illallah. I'm good. Huh? Give me a soda from the fridge. Because this Sia song is very, very hot. I'm going to show you that, guys, afterwards. You saw it? This person actually, you'll get a kick out of that talk. This person actually teaching English. Man, that's fantastic. Season is Sia song. So I had to throw that in there, subhanAllah. You have to establish the Tawheed first. Whoever does not establish the Tawheed of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala the right way and follows it with the implications of La ilaha illallah. And the implications of La ilaha illallah are what? The orders and the prohibitions. And remember that Allah ta'ala created us for that. This is the reason for our creation. What did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say? وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ I have only created jinn and mankind so that they will worship me. مَا أُرِيدُ مِنْهُمْ مِنْ رِزْقٍ وَمَا أُرِيدُ أَن يُطْعِمُونَ I do not require any sustenance from them, nor do I need for them to feed me. إِنَّ اللَّهَ هُوَ الرَّزَّاقُ ذُو الْقُوَّةِ الْمَتِينُ Verily Allah, who is the sustainer, the one with the strength and the might, subhanahu wa ta'ala. One thing that most people, when they go about their daily lives, they lose sight of is the fact that it doesn't matter how long they remain on the face of this earth, that they will be departing and going back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Al-insan راحل إلى ربه تبارك وتعالى لا محالة مهما طال الظهر به أو قصر فهو راحل إلى ربه تبارك وتعالى. وكثرت في ذلك المطايا. The means, the vehicles, the rides that people take on that way and that journey to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are various. Some people, and they are the majority unfortunately, they take the vehicle of disbelief, al-kufr. That's the vehicle that they've taken in their journey, al-kufr. Where did that get them? إلى أين تأخذهم مطية الكفر؟ إلى محطة تسمى جهنم وحق الأخيرة. Their final destination will be Jahannam. No questions asked. Because who will be questioned and judged on the day of reckoning? We have to understand this. You're talking about over 7 billion people now, and Allah knows how many billions lived on the earth and died. Who from amongst them will be judged? Who will actually qualify to be judged? The believers. Whoever established the Tawheed. The rest, what happens? Resurrection from the grave, thrown in Jahannam. No discussions. What are we going to talk about? There's nothing to discuss. Tawheed. Your first condition. You didn't have it, sorry. Jahannam. Ya Allah. Where do we get this from? Many proofs. One of them, the hadith of Adam alayhi salam. Allah Ta'ala says, Ya Adam, Ya Adam, فيقول لبيك وسعديك والخير كله بين يديك أو في يديك. Allah Ta'ala on the day of reckoning, He will call upon Adam, Ya Adam, get up, لبيك, get up and take from your offsprings all the ones that will be thrown in the hellfire. بعث النار خذ من بنيك بعث النار فيأخذ من كل 1000 الله أكبر 999. He will take from every 1,999 that will be thrown in the hellfire. Imagine. The ratio, this is a scary ratio. 1, not percent. 1 over 1,000. That's the ratio. Huh? That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keeps mentioning in the Quran. وَقَلِيلٌ مِّنْ عِبَادِيَ الشَّكُورُ وَمَا آمَنَ مَعَهُ إِلَّا قَلِيلٌ. The word qalil comes in the Quran a lot. Why? Because the believers, the righteous, are always a few. They're always a minority. So when you, for example, for us, we feel like a minority, and people look at us the wrong way, and they give us a hard time, Alhamdulillah. May Allah make us from that one thousands and million. 1,000s and million. Imagine. Someone that's in finance knows it's a ratio scary. The Sahaba, they're not like you and I. Ya Rasulullah, one out of every 1,000 in Jannah and the rest after the hellfire? So the Prophet said, don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. You from the people of the hellfire, from amongst you, are like the white hair in the coat of a black ox, or like the black hair in the coat of, or the hide of, a white ox. See? Ox that's all black, you have a few white hairs here and there. Those from this ummah, from the Muslims, those will be from the hellfire, but not forever. And reverse it, a white ox, some black hairs here and there. Subhanallah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive us. So the ones that take as their ride al-kufr, ilhad, they get all philosophical, the Big Bang, and this and that, and the monkeys, and subhanallah. Yeah, we come from the ape. So Adam was an ape. Allah Ta'ala made him with his own hands and he was perfect. That's Allah. Allah, their situation is sad. It's really sad. And he had the knowledge, وَعَلَّمَ آدَمَ الْأَسْمَاءَ كُلَّهَا. Allah gave him the knowledge of everything. You can compare that to Allah Musta'an. Allah Musta'an. وهناك من يمتطون مطية التوحيد, and there are people that take as their ride towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala the tawheed, the monotheism of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Make us from them. ومحطتهم الأخيرة الجنة, and their final destination, regardless of what happens in between, if they die upon the tawheed, it will be a Jannah inshaAllah ta'ala. May Allah ta'ala make us from them. ولكن من الموحدين من يسلكون مسلك الخوف في رحلة من الله. From the believers, some that in their roads to Allah, the path that they take is the path of fear. وهناك من يسلكون مسلك الرجاء, and there are some who take the path of hope to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the ideal, according to the Prophet ﷺ, is for you to have a balance between both. You have to carry fear, and you have to carry hope. And you have to give the edge to fear over hope as long as you're alive. When you feel death upon you, and death is coming to all of us, and this is my advice to myself and my brothers and sisters, you feel that death is upon you, then you give the edge to hope. Hope in the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if you have hope in the mercy of Allah, Allah will give you His mercy subhanahu wa ta'ala. But subhanallah, the true believers that are really the closest to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala all throughout history, the path that they take is the one that's the least traveled, and that is the path of love. They worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala out of love. Not just anybody can say that. It's hard, it's not easy. But you know what? Love, if you worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this particular path of love, you know what happens? What happens? The acts of worship become easy for you. Not only that, they become sweet. They become your source of serenity. They become the reason you live for. Why do you think the one that loves his Lord subhanahu wa ta'ala the most out of all of us, who is that? The Prophet ﷺ, who said, أَرِحْنَا بِهَا يَا بِلَالِ Raha. What is Raha? What is the good translation for Raha? Huh? Resting? Huh? Comfort? Ease? All those words come to mind. Raha. I'm comfortable. I'm relaxed. I feel serenity. All of those words, and then some. أَرِحْنَا بِهَا. Give us these meanings. Comfort, rest, serenity. Give us that by doing what? Saying Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, do the iqamah, so we can start the salah. This is Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And the reason we've been encouraged to follow his sunnah, follow his footsteps, because that's the shortest way to success. Even in the business world, they tell you that the sure way to success is what? To follow the footsteps of the ones that are successful. You see someone who's really successful in business, you retrace his steps, see what he did, you duplicate his steps, there's a good chance you'll have the same result. But subhanAllah, in the case of the Prophet ﷺ, these results are guaranteed. Just follow his footsteps. Follow what he told you, what he showed you, what he taught you, and you will be successful, subhanAllah. So, if you reach that level of loving Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if you love Allah, you'll always be aware of His presence. You will always be afraid to disappoint Him because you love Him and you want Him to love you back. That will keep you on your toes. You'll stay away from anything that displeases Him subhanahu wa ta'ala. We'll take a small example because we have to take examples of our daily lives to understand the big things. We give examples of the small things. Someone that loves his wife dearly, what does he do? He's always looking for things that please her, and he will do them. And he knows what her personality is like, what her character is like, and he knows the things that make her unhappy. And what does he do? Doesn't even consider them. They don't exist anymore. وَلِلَّهِ الْمَثَلُ الْأَعْلَى. To Allah belongs the highest example. You know what Allah wants from you? And believe me, I'm talking to you, and I'm advising myself first. All of us fall victims of things that are displeasing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. All of us. And I am the first one. We all need this reminder. If we love Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we want Him to love us, then this is the way to go. And another sure way is to follow the example of the Prophet ﷺ, like I told you. قُلْ إِن كُنْتُمْ تُحِبُّونَ اللَّهَ فَاتَّبِعُونِي. And it really gives me a headache when I see people that claim to love Allah, they claim to love the Prophet ﷺ, and you see how they do in their worship. You say, brother, where did you get this from? I just felt like doing it. It feels good. But did the messenger of Allah do it? Oh, I don't know. No, he didn't do it, but it just feels good. Oh yeah? Well, good. Congratulations. Keep feeling good. It's not going to feel good at the end, but you can feel good now. The messenger of Allah did not do it. So do you know something that he doesn't know? You know better than him? Or are you accusing the messenger of Allah of having cheated this message, not delivered the message completely? There are some things that he kept for himself. What are you doing? قُلْ إِن كُنْتُمْ تُحِبُّونَ اللَّهَ فَاتَّبِعُونِي. Allah is telling His messenger, say, Ya Muhammad, tell them, if you truly love Allah, then follow me. يُحْبِبُكُمُ اللَّهِ. Allah will love you back. Very simple. إِن كُنْتُمْ تُحِبُّونَ اللَّهَ فَاتَّبِعُونِي يُحْبِبُكُمُ اللَّهِ. Follow me and Allah will love you back. Not only that, وَيَغْفِرْ لَكُمْ ذُنُوبَكُمْ. And He will forgive your sins. Wallahu ghafurur rahim. And Allah is all oft forgiven, oft and merciful, subhanahu wa ta'ala. Things are very simple. People make it complicated. I've seen, when I used to live in Tampa, one of the masajid there, I'm going to mention just for the sake of discretion, you know. But I used to have a student that I would talk Quran to every Friday morning. And I get there, and there will be some brothers there. They spend the night. And I see some of the things they do. And one of them in particular that always used to jump at me, and I could not understand. After the person finishes the salah, Fajr, and they will sit and read Quran, which is beautiful. And then he will pray the 2 rak'ahs of shuruq. And after that he will do a sajda out of the blue, with his elbows and everything on the ground, with his head on the ground, and his hands around his head like this, and he's doing sujood. And he will stay like that for 15 minutes. And if you ask, where did you get that from? It just feels good. Well, does hunger feel good? When you're hungry, does it feel good? When you're thirsty, does it feel good? If our deen, our religion was based on that, how we feel, none of us would be fasting. I'm hungry, it doesn't feel good. I'm going to go open the refrigerator and eat. I'm thirsty, it doesn't feel good. I'm going to drink. Subhanallah. May Allah forgive us and forgive them. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has ordained upon us some acts of worship that we have to fulfill. And from the tawheed of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is for us to fulfill those acts of worship no matter what. Whether you're at home, or you're traveling, or you are free or slave, or you are in captivity, or you are wherever you are, whatever land, those acts of worship, the oneness of Allah, the tawheed of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, has to be established. This is from the ubudiyyah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if you're not able to do it in a particular place, then you have to move to another place where you can do it. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala يقول في محكم كتابه يا عبادي الذين آمنوا إن أرضي واسعة فإياي فاعبدون. O my servants that have believed, verily my earth is so wide, so do worship me. This statement, my earth is so wide, what does it mean? Huh? Exactly. You are stuck in one place where you can't worship me? Get out of it and go somewhere else. I gave you many options. You don't have one option, you have many. Go somewhere else where you can worship me. ثم قال سبحانه وتعالى كل نفس ذائقة الموت. Look at this. يعني سبحان الله the آيات الذي قال محكمات والله. The آيات. After that, he said, كل نفس ذائقة الموت. Every soul shall taste death. You see the connection here? My servants who have believed, my land is so wide, so do worship me. Every soul shall taste death. I mean, whatever you do, you fill your time on earth with worship, or you fill it with excuses. At the end of the day, you're going to taste death, and you're going to come back to me. And I will hold you accountable for what you did. ثم إلينا ترجعون كل نفس ذائقة الموت ثم إلينا ترجعون and to us you will be returned. So the end of the ayah. والذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات لنبوئنهم من الجنة غرفا. تصور كده غرف كده أرائك من ذهب وحرير والحاج أسامة قاعد حاج محمد قاعد كده واحنا بنفرفش نضحك فاكر أيام عباد الرحمن احنا قاعدين كده والدرس ورمضان. Imagine, I was telling, imagine we're sitting in Jannah on our couches, reminisce on these days and say, remember the day that we fasted Ramadan together, used to pray at night. It seems like we were there for a day or half a day. That's how you will feel. Allah says it in the Quran. When they will be asked, how long did you remain? And these are for some nations that lived for 400 or 500 years. They say we feel like we were there for half a day. Nuh alayhi salam, how long did he live? Give me an accurate number. How long did Nuh alayhi salam live? 950 years? That's what it says in the Quran, right? 950? ألف سنة إلا 50 عام. In the Quran it says 1,000 years minus 50. But this is a trick question, I tricked you. This is that 950 is a time that he spent preaching to his people. We don't know how long he lived. Narration said 2,000 years. Other narrations said 3,000 years. Allah knows how long he lived. But the point is, when the angel of death came for his soul, he asked a question. He said, he lived very long. How did it feel? He said, it felt like I entered the house, I opened the door, got in the house, and then got out from the back door. Very simple. Imagine us poor souls, 50, 60, maybe 70. Huh? That's what the Prophet ﷺ said. The lifespan of this ummah. Subhanallah. But we better take advantage of it. Allah Ta'ala says, وَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ لَنُبَوِّئَنَّهُم مِّنَ الْجَنَّةِ غُرَفًا. Whoever, the ones that believe and have done righteous deeds, we will certainly give them some chambers in a Jannah. تجري من تحتها الأنهار خالدين فيها. Look how many good news. Chambers in a Jannah. Imagine, you can only imagine what they look like. And the rivers flow underneath them, not rivers off the pond water that the city has treated or mistreated. And you have to buy 300 or 400, 500 filters to be able to drink it. And you're like, oh, I have maybe go buy some alkaline water. It's better. Allah musta'an. The water of Al-Jannah, the milk of Al-Jannah, doesn't come from a cow. No. Allah created it like that. Rivers of honey, all kinds of juices, any kind of juice that you can think of, subhanAllah. It's what we compare here. On compare l'incomparable. We compare that which cannot be compared. Allah musta'an. But subhanAllah, after Allah told you that my earth is wide, so worship me, and know that you are coming back to me. And every soul shall taste death, and you'll be coming back to me. But the believers, the ones that have believed and have done righteous deeds, they will get these chambers underneath which the rivers flow. Not only that, خَالِدِينَ فِيهَا. They will dwell in them for eternity. Let's say, for the sake of argument, you lived on this earth for 600 years. And you spent every second of it worshiping Allah. What is fair? Justice says, the rule of justice, that Allah should take you and put you in Jannah for 600 years. That's what you paid for. That's what you paid for. But you have, for example, these people, these two brothers that I mentioned in Khutbah of Jumu'ah, the hadith of Talha. They come to the Prophet ﷺ, they declare their Islam, they become Muslim. One of them, a little bit shortly after, goes with the Prophet ﷺ, he dies for the sake of Allah. The other one lives for a year, he basically worships Allah for a year, and he dies. Talha sees both of them in the Jannah. So how long did he worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? For a year? 2 years maybe? And Allah will put him in Jannah for eternity. Is that a fair trade? Subhanallah. It is the mercy of Allah. That's why you can never say, Wallah, I did and I fasted, I deserve. You don't deserve nothing. What do you deserve? You don't deserve anything. That's why, subhanAllah, a big part of our worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, always beautify it with submission. يعني كده كبيتك الأرض كده تنحني لله عز وجل تتواضع. Know that whatever you put forth is nothing. Just don't get too happy. Don't be satisfied. Just be hopeful and ask for mercy. Ask for mercy. SubhanAllah. ثم قال الله عز وجل, he used that word again, نعمة, خالدين فيها, they live there in eternity. نعم أجر العاملين. How good it is as the reward for the ones that did the work, the one that did the work of righteousness. ثم قال تبارك وتعالى الذين صبروا وعلى ربهم يتوكلون. You want to add something beautiful to all of this? Another advice is in the ayah. What did he say? يا عبادي الذين آمنوا, meaning that you should believe, establish the tawheed. My land, my earth is so wide, so worship me. Whatever the situation you're in, worship me. Every soul shall taste death. Meaning that know that you have accountability waiting for you. So establish my worship if you want to find that which will please you on the day of reckoning. ثم إلينا ترجعون, and then you will coming back to me. And the ones that have believed and they did righteous deeds, they'll have chambers in the Jannah, underneath which the rivers flow, and they'll live in it for eternity. And how good it is as the reward for the ones that did the righteous deeds. Another advice comes, الذين صبروا وعلى ربهم يتوكلون, the ones that were patient and they relied on their Lord. Add that to your list. Establish the tawheed, do the righteous deeds, and on top of that, you should be patient, because the tawheed is not an easy thing to carry. Because of the tawheed that you're carrying, you'll have enemies. You'll have people that try to harm you. You'll have people that try to take that tawheed away from you. So be patient and rely on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Reliance on Allah is a tremendous act of worship that a lot of us tend to overlook. Always have reliance on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in everything that you do. When you about to do something, undertake anything, take the proper steps. But at the end of the day, do not rely on the steps that you have taken. Because of the money that I saved and I put aside, I'm going to buy that. No, you won't. Unless Allah Ta'ala allows it. So always attribute it to Allah. He's the one that gave it to you. When you have kids and they come asking you for something, don't make it appear that you're the one that will provide that thing for them, because you're not. Your son comes to you, Daddy, can you get this for me? Say, ask Allah. Ask Allah. Don't ask me, ask Allah. Because I'm only a tool. If Allah wants to use me to get it for you, I will. If Allah doesn't want it, it's not going to happen. Very important thing to put in the mind of your child very, very, very early. Don't rely on me. I'm nothing, I'm nobody. Similarly, in the punishments, when the child does something wrong, why are you worried about me? I can't, لا أملك لك ضرا ولا نفعا. I cannot harm you, nor can I benefit you. You should worry about Allah. He's the one that is looking at you. When I turn the corner and I'm not looking at you, Allah is looking at you. And He's the one that will punish you, hold you accountable, not me. These are important ideas, meanings that should be engraved in the psyche of our children. From the very beginning. وَعَلَمْ بِأَنَّ اللَّهَ يَرَى. Allah Azza wa Jal sees all, hears all, knows all. They have to understand that. Meaning that is something they will carry with them so that when the day comes that they truly turn the corner. Because when they're small in your household, they turn the corner and go to the next room. They might be doing something wrong. You don't know about it. But if they know that Allah Ta'ala is looking at them, that when that dreadful day comes and they turn the corner for good, that day when your child leaves home and goes to college or whatever, and he gets in the car or whatever, and he's driving and then he turned the corner and that's it. It's official. What do they have with them? They carry the tawheed that you taught them. And the muraqabah, they're watchful of Allah. They know Allah Ta'ala is watching them. They don't need you to be there. That's it. They're policing themselves. This was a part of the introduction of what we wanted to talk about today. Hopefully, inshallah Ta'ala, the next week we'll have a little bit more people, because Allah knows there are a lot of people in this community that need this conversation. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive our sins, overlook our shortcomings. May He subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our good deeds and overlook our negative ones. Yes, brother.
I have a question.
Yeah.
You mentioned the balance of having fear and at the time of death, you should have hope.
A lot more hope than fear.
A lot more hope than fear. What is conceptually, how do you convince yourself? What should you think about? What are the things
That would depend on the person. Yeah. It's very simple. You are alive and you're still hoping for a future and you're hoping for things to come. The one deterrent that will keep you away from disobeying Allah is fear. So always, the scholars say that fear, the fear that we have is an energy that can be measured. So let's say, for the sake of argument, in you there is 2,000 units of fear. The difference between us and the Sahaba, let's say all of us were created, just for the sake of argument, with 2,000 units of fear. So we can make it tangible, measurable. The Sahaba, they used 1999, directed it towards Allah, and they left one out of 2,000 for the rest of the stuff. Meaning that almost feared nothing, they only feared Allah. Nowadays, people use 2,000 for everything else. Fear of poverty, fear of losing things, fear of not having things, fear of this, fear of that. And they leave nothing in that energy to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's the least of their worries. Huh? So this is something that we have to work on. Everything you're going to do, you stop. You pause for a second. Wait a minute. Is this going to please Allah? Or is He going to make Him angry with me? The answer should be very simple in your mind. That's how you develop your fear. But in the back of your mind, you're always hopeful that Allah will be merciful with you, that He will save you. As He guided you, He will accept from you, all of that. But if you feel that death is there, there's no more time for deeds anymore. Good or bad deeds. There's no time for deeds. You're not going to do any. Are you going to do any sins while you're in the condition of death? Do people sin when there are people that Allah Ta'ala takes their soul while they're upon the sin. But even Fir'aun was upon the sin when he felt that death was coming to him. He tried to repent. Fir'aun, he tried. You see? SubhanAllah. What does that tell you? He had hope. He was misplaced. Huh? He had hope. And SubhanAllah, you have to understand. The narration, when the hadith that talk about this particular incident, when Fir'aun was drowning, Jibreel alayhi salam came to the Prophet ﷺ one day, and wallahi, whenever I think about this, it gives me goosebumps, wallahi. Imagine Jibreel comes to you and he tells you, and you know the day that Fir'aun drowned? I was right there. Yani subhanAllah. I was right there. Not only that, I was stuffing mud in his mouth. Why? To prevent him from saying La ilaha illallah. Because I know how merciful Allah is. And you know something? Allah Ta'ala said, Ya Jibreel, I don't care how much mud you stuffed in his mouth. Had he repented to me sincerely, I would have forgiven him. Even Fir'aun understands this concept. He had hope. He had hope at the end. But it was too late for him. It was too late. When death comes, that's it, it's too late. But when you live the life of a believer, and you have that fear, subhanAllah, you have that fear all throughout your life, you get to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that hope kicks in. You hope in the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And I'll close with this, the answer to your question with this. Allah Azza wa Jal, Allah is fair, عادل. لا يجمع على عبد خوفين أو أمنين. Allah Ta'ala will not gather for you two situations of fear and two situations of safety. You know what that means? I mean that it's either or. You fear Him in this life, He will give you safety, the feeling of safety in the hereafter. You feel safe in this life, He will give you a lot of fear in the hereafter. So take your pick. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين وجزاكم الله